So I've already shared how to build your abdominal muscles. I've already shared that in an early video. I showed you the basics, how to get a six-pack. If you want a six-pack, that's how you get it. If you want to be an athlete, somebody who's able to use every single part of their core, those exercises are not going to be top level. There is a next level. You've got a massive amount more to your abs. You've got 6 different abs. Some people have 8. So that means you've got the top portion and the lower portion of your abs. You've got those obliques, that side part, that tie-in right here. That's the way your abs work, folks. It's never going to be 1 exercise, 2 exercises, 3 exercises. The more muscles that are involved with what we call muscle groups, whenever we say bicep, that's a muscle group. Chest, that's a muscle group. Shoulders, that's a muscle group. Abs, and then obliques, and then core. These are all different muscle groups. It's going to be a lot of different exercises if you really want to have that full core strength. It can't just be sit-ups, can't be leg-ups. We've got all these different exercises that you can use. Ideally, use weights. Ideally, use difficult body weight movements. To do a crunch lying on the floor is a lot easier than doing a decline full range sit-up. To do a leg up using only your knees and not having your legs extended is a lot easier. So unless you're doing the difficult portion of the exercises, then you can expect only a certain amount of growth. Until you can do the difficult ones, until you can add weight, you're never really going to get those big results. What do we start off with then if we want to build the abs? Whenever we have your abs in check, and I mean your abs are already developed, whenever you don't have abs, this is not going to be the exercise for you. Check out my video, the fastest way to get a six-pack. The fastest way to six-pack abs. That's the beginner stage. Whenever you want to get the real next level, you have to make sure you have those abs built. They have to be ready. If the abs aren't ready, if you don't have abs showing where you can say this is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, again, my body fat's not ready yet. I don't have that lower portion. But you've got to work those abs properly. You have to build the foundation to get to that next level. Once you're there, then you throw in all these different exercises. If you want to get the obliques, I advise that you do those at the end. If you want to consider that serratus muscle, which is the finger-like muscles that come down out of the rib cage, if you consider those abs, that's another exercise. We're going to show you the best ones today to build the upper abs, the lower abs, to build that core, that real inner strength, to work those obliques, and then to bring in that serratus. The most difficult part for you to really build is going to be those lower abs. That's why we start off with them first. The serratus can be difficult to build, but these are a smaller muscle group. I leave those to the end. If you say you really want to build your serratus muscles, then you start off with those first. Starting off with the lower abs, what do? It's always going to be 2 exercises at least. Do those leg ups. With no weight, straight legs, do those to failure. If you're advanced at this stage, you can do 3 to 4 sets of those to failure. Now we bring over the dumbbell. We're not finished with those. You want to keep targeting those lower abs. Now you put a dumbbell between your feet and you now do knee raises. Still hanging there, still doing the leg ups, but now we start to change it. We bend those knees and we put a dumbbell between our feet, and now we do those knee raises. These are going to hit the lower abs at further extent. 3 to 4 sets. Now it's time to hit the upper abs. We're going to do a body weight exercise, the decline sit-up. This helps to get a good stretch in the abs, and as you come right up, you can squeeze those upper abs. They should be popping out at that stage. Then we move on to the next ab exercise, the weighted ab machine. Get the right amount. Make sure you have either somebody with you that can show you how to do it properly, and you set that machine up correctly. Now you make it a machine for building muscle. That finishes off the upper abs. Now it's time to hit those obliques. You want to grab the cables. You put the cable out in front of you like so. You pull it out at a distance that's 2 steps away. So you take 2 side steps across. Now you're able to stretch right across and then bring the cable across in front of you. This helps to hit the side that you're moving towards. If you're standing with your face going forward and the cable's to your right, as you step away and you come across and squeeze, this hits the left part of the obliques. So you're focusing on one side at a time. You do those to failure of 1 set, and then you switch around, you turn around. You can use the same part of the machine. Just make sure you're facing the other way. Do the same thing again and repeat. This now hits the right hand side of the obliques. So you've hit both the left and the right hand side. Do the three to four sets of those. You've done the first part of your oblique exercises. Now we can hit the obliques and hit the serratus by doing side crunches. If you can, find a place where you can hang off of a bench. If you have a workout partner, they can hold your legs down. If you have the correct machines, you can tuck your legs underneath the machines. If you have neither, then you can lie flat on the floor, put your hand behind your head like so, and come up and squeeze to the side. Do this to failure. You work the left hand side. If you're right-handed first, ideally, then you move across. Whichever side's weaker, start off with first. You're always going to notice with experience one side's lacking. At a stage, your left side might take over. Then you start off with the right-hand side first. Do those to failure, working both sides. If you're lying down on your right-hand side, then you have your hand behind your head and you squeeze those oblique muscles. Now we finish off with the serratus, these finger-like muscles that work out in here. If you've done those side crunches correctly, then you've already targeted them. Now it's time to finish them off. Back onto the cable exercises. These are going to take that slight bit more work. I like to work it from a height. If you can raise the height of the cables, so you're starting off at a height, and you come down and you squeeze like so, as if you're coming from a height and you're trying to hit diagonally across the floor. If you can come down and you focus on the muscle that you're working on. One of the best bodybuilders said you have to focus on the muscle that you're working on if you really want to target it. So you have to focus on those finger-like muscles going across here. You have to focus on those muscles. And you start from a height, you get that stretch so it brings them out, and then right down and you squeeze. You switch around again, you do it on the other side and squeeze. Do 3 to 4 sets of that and you bring your abs into a whole new machine.